Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Welcome back. Here we go, 10:06. And great to have Flora and Shelia back in the studio. Divine kinship, animals as carriers of divine love, will be discussed Thursday, September the 5th from 1 to 2 p.m. at RiverBend Yoga, right down the road at 100 West 3rd Street. And to have you both in studio again is always a great treat. How we doing?
Good today, CJ. Good today.
Good. Shelia, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Good. Well, this was a really fascinating conversation the last time that we had it. So many people weighed in and really enjoyed what you had to say. How did your presentation turn out?
It went well, and so people have been asking, and so we're starting up our series of 3, which starts a week from today. That's why we're here.
So, for all of you at home, the 3 series come your way September the 5th, October the 3rd, and November the 7th. And I really think that this is very fascinating topics because what you're discussing is something that I think that 99% of animal owners, whether it's, because I don't like the word pet, I think that we just have animals and they're our friends. And
They have us.
Yeah. I feel like I'm more of my dog's pet than anything else. But, what I think is really fascinating is you guys are bringing something up that everyone has talked about in some facet where, that bird flies over here every day and I'm telling you it knows something. Like I had this conversation, I don't know if I told you this, before my grandpa would passed away, he would go out and we'd smoke cigarettes, and that's where our kind of time was just to relax until
Bonding with him.
Because all of a sudden all these squirrels kept coming up. And he had these squirrels almost in the damn house, just, coming in for saying hi and grabbing food. And it's like, what is Dr. Doolittle almost, but there's so many times that we have these connections. And like you and I have discussed, and Sheila too, is I think we stunt some of those connections from happening sometimes because of our own brain.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's dependent on personality, honestly. And not personality, but maybe situations or maybe some type of battle. Because I think whenever I get tensed up and I just, I'm angry and I'm fighting some maybe anxiety or some depression, that sector of seeing
Cuts
it,
off, shuts down.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, and that's where, one of the things we'll be talking about is how that healing can take place through an animal.
Yeah.
How they know when you're tense, how they know when you're, not feeling the love, and they just come in, okay, Dad, let's go play, and you're like, no, I've got things to do. And then they're, okay, and then they come back, and they revisit us until we take a step down.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what I think is so special because, each event or each engagement has a different topic. And I think that's what's really fascinating because there's no tighter bond than children and animals. When I saw that being the one that's discussed this coming Thursday, not today, but September the 5th, you were going to learn about animals and healing, children and animals. And this is really going to be an interesting conversation. Can we go into a little bit of what's going to be discussed?
Well, we're going to ask the questions, of course, that let the participants share, just like you shared your story about your grandfather. There is, and see, that's the thing is children, and it's interesting you said your grandfather, because I think a lot of grandparents have animals or are with their children with animals and grandchildren.
Yeah.
Grandchildren, in a way, are unconditional love.
That's true.
Just the way animals are unconditional love. Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen in many parts of the world unless you have this open love for someone, love them totally without asking any questions. And I would say 99.9% of the time, animals are totally unconditional love to their, I don't want to say owners, to their people.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Because you know what's interesting? You're right about this owner topic. Because I know folks, and not necessarily anymore, but when I was growing up, there was somebody that had a couple of dogs, but the dogs didn't really like him. they were always next to his wife or the
Yeah.
children, and that was their people. So the owner technically wasn't really their human. You know what I'm saying? It's very fascinating there. And now, when you're discussing this, what can people share in this hour? How is it going to be formatted?
Well, the biggest part is that everybody comes and is welcome. Pets are welcome too, because it is at Riverbend Yoga and they are pet friendly.
Love it.
As long as they're on the leash, that's what they ask about for dogs. Cats, I'm not sure would sit in your lap. Birds,
They'll
I'm
do
not
what
sure.
they want.
They will do what they want. And then there are stories in this book, Animals Are Souls Too. Souls Too. Everybody. Every being is a soul. And that's the gist of it. Getting to that unconditional part. You are soul, I am soul. My dog is soul, your dog is soul. We're all souls in this world to learn about that unconditional love we talked about, giving and receiving it. And so we talk about how that's done through healing. Somebody, even last time, told a story of healing. Her mother has cancer, has lung cancer, and she was visiting her, and she was spending the night. She's on one of those oxygen things to help her breathe, and she has to sit up because of the illness. And she was on the couch, and our friend who came to one of the talks, she told this story. She saved it to tell this story. And she said that this machine just keeps running so she can keep breathing, and she was asleep. And one night when she was asleep at her daughter's house, their family dog came up and started licking her on the face. And she was deep into sleep and licking the face. And finally she woke up. And she realized her machine had gone off.
Oh, wow.
And
that
so
dog...
she pulled in enough breath that she could breathe enough to turn it back on. But if had the animal not alerted her, see, these are stories that people just share.
And they happen all the time. That's what's amazing. It's truly incredible. And I wanted to bring this up just because we have this on the screen, and I figured it'd be a fun way to do it. You guys are not just going to be at Riverbend Yoga,
right?
You were also going to be down at the Mississippi Earth Tones Festival.
Yes.
And I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is fresh off the presses today.
September the 21st. It's a Saturday, and so it's like 3 weeks from this coming Saturday.
This is the launch of the official Mississippi Earth Tone Festival commercial.
Oh, I
Looking
love
for a
it.
fun 3-day out with the family? Head to the Mississippi Earth Tones Festival at the Alton Amphitheater Saturday, September 21st. From noon to 10, enjoy 100 booths with environmental education, interactive art experiences, and performances, along with great local food and beverages. Emerge in the art, food, vendors, and music, and be heard by celebrating our incredible river. It's free, it's fun, and it's happening Saturday, September 21st at the Alton Amphitheater. How about that one? That wasn't bad, I think that's okay.
That's great.
You can see Flora and Sheila. Are you going to be down there?
I am.
You can see everybody down there by going to the Mississippi Earth Tones Festival Saturday, September the 21st. You guys are going to be there from what time?
Well, the booth, we're having a booth there
Noon to
from
6.
noon to 6, but we're also doing a workshop at the Zen Zone
Really cool. What time?
from 2 to 2:45.
And what will we be doing in the Zen Zone with you?
Well, it's called spiritual stress relief.
Who doesn't need that?
Shoot, I was getting ready to say, I think that's all of us right now.
And it's more than just stress relief. It's spiritual stress relief. And you might ask, how's that done? And I'm like, the reason we call it spiritual is because it has nothing to do with the mind. We think our mind, like you said, I'm tense and everything, is what's shutting it down. Well, yes, that is true. But in order to get above that mind, soul, what we talked about, is the Hugh song. And we share that, and it's Hugh. And we share it at wherever we go. Animals Are Soul, too. We'll be sharing it at the booth, and we're going to be talking about techniques, too.
Well, and folks can pick up some free material as well, correct?
Definitely.
What will they be able to garner over at the Earth Tones?
Well, go ahead.
We'll have a couple of books available, but the one that we're highlighting is there on I believe it's
this
relationships.
No, we're doing problem solving.
That's right.
Oh,
Wisdom on problem
really
solving.
cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be wonderful. And then for more information, you can go to www.hearhu.org. That's hearhu.org. And getting back into Animals as Carriers of Divine Love, September 5th, how many spots are available to go in there?
Do you mean how many people can attend? Mm-hmm. Oh, we can have probably up to 25 or 30 people. It depends on who shows up. Our largest group has been about 10 before, so it's not a great, it's not, it's like a living room they have there.
Yeah, it is a living room, coffee table discussion.
It's a coffee table discussion.
It needs to be that way, though, I think. Because I think with more people, it gets a little less true. Not true in honesty, but true in, connection.
Authentic.
Yeah, a little less personal.
Yeah. So I love that. I like this 10 to 15, maybe even bump it up to 20, 25. We'll get in there. But, you
can come, CJ.
Only if
you're
you
just
would take
down
some
the
time
street.
off.
That's
Put them on a long commercial and a couple of things. Run down and run back.
So I wanted to ask you, October the 3rd is the next opportunity. Is it the first Thursday of each month?
Yes, it's the first Thursday.
From 1 to 2 p.m. at RiverBend Yoga, 100 West 3rd Street in Alton. It's a free 1-hour spiritual discussion. Thursday, October the 3rd, is the second opportunity if you're just tuning in the first time. The first event will be Thursday, September the 5th. Next Thursday, we'll be discussing animals and healing, children and animals, and on the 3rd of October in the Master's Garden, communicating with animals. Now, in this topic, is it going to be necessarily our own animals, or will it be animals that maybe we encounter just
that's a really good question. Because animals being soul, there are animals that come into our life. Like somebody had a cricket that just kept coming. They had this cricket and they kept taking it outside. Another cricket they saw and they took it outside. And they asked me, they said, cricket? I said, well, that's a soul. And she said, and I said, why don't you look up on Google spiritual meaning for cricket? Because there are spiritual meanings to every animal, to every being. And she looked, and it was about intuition. And she told me, oh my gosh, that was the intuition she had been receiving about her sister who had been in a car accident. But I didn't know. It just looked, and you can do that.
Yeah.
You can take it, like you said, there was the squirrel. Keep coming to your grandfather. Squirrels have definite spiritual meaning, and you go online and you look it up, or you see a raccoon like she has raccoons.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That was fun.
Yeah.
So those are things that you can do inwardly. All animals, anything that comes into your sphere of awareness is there for your spiritual good.
Well, and I just think this is a great opportunity to reflect too, because in these conversations, it's just a good time to hit pause and recognize the little things too, and those little details in life that we always get like this and kind of just walk by, like that dog that has to come back to us 3 times before we're ready to play, and calm down. As we keep creeping up towards this, November the 7th is Animals and Reincarnation. All souls are going home to God. Now, what is this one going to be entailing?
The thought is, not everybody believes in reincarnation, CJ. But the idea is that for those who do believe in reincarnation, then animals, especially pets, they love dearly, can come back. Mm-hmm. And there are stories in the book about people who connect with their animals, who have come back, who have passed on.
Yeah, and the way that they recognize them is a particular trait that, one pet might have had, and then this new pet, which is completely different, exhibits that same thing, They might have always had a favorite blanket, and it's in the closet, and they go find it, and bring it, so.
That's really
doubt,
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and it's just a very, very... See, to me, this is a good discussion topic, though, because I think that all of us know, and not just think, but know that there's something else out there, and there's always that next chapter. I truly believe that. There's very rarely do I talk to somebody and they think, well, that's it, the lights turn off and that's over. Right. It's very rare. And the people that I talk to that, like yourself and like today, You're Beautiful at 3 p.m. or 2 to 3 p.m., where we talk about faith and all these different nuances.
Nice.
You're more full, without being angry all the time. And I think that it shows, when you talk to somebody.
Your word pause is very important.
Yeah.
To be able to stop the chatter, to stop the fear, to stop the anxiety. And you can't always do that if you're not used to doing that. But if you can pause, and to me, Hue is a prayer song. It's for any religion, any faith. It's the higher vibratory word for God. So singing Hue, when I'm pausing and in anxiety, it does give me time to go, okay, it's all okay. It's all going to be okay.
Yeah.
But I love the word pause because I would call that a spiritual pause.
Yeah.
And I also call it spiritual reframing. That's part of the technique we're going to do at the spiritual stress release. Is reframing. When you think of something as bad, try to think of something that's good, which comes with gratitude. And I'm sure your people this afternoon are going to be talking about gratitude.
Oh, all the time, yeah.
Because gratitude, if you can see something positive, even if it's,
good point.
That's why people watch. That's why people watch soap operas. Well, it's happening worse to them. Their lives are worse than mine. Well, I'm
You're
serious.
right. You're right.
I'm grateful my husband is faithful to me.
Yeah.
Who knows, But I'm just saying that everybody has their own inner guidance. And everybody has the freedom to that and their right to that. And that's...
Yeah, and the important part is tapping into that when you're just, frantic. It's, okay, I'm going to hit my spiritual reset button, whether it's prayer or meditation, contemplation. For us, it's the Hue, you just set a reset button. It's like... whew.
It's a good way of putting it, a reset button.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I do.
And if you're liking this conversation, we've already been talking for 20 minutes. If you're liking this conversation, you can stop on into RiverBend Yoga at 100 West 3rd Street, just right down the road, Thursday, September the 5th from 1 to 2 p.m. and have this conversation and discussion on animals and healing, children and animals. Now, if people wanted more information, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to do that at this point, I can give you my own phone number, but I think the best way to do that is to go to that, to come to the workshop.
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
Or check it out, it might be listed on ec-illinois.org.
ec-illinois.org.
And whenever you're there, you are going to receive a free copy of a booklet of Eck Wisdom on relationships.
Because we have relationships. It's about
With our
relationships
animals.
with our animals,
With our people.
pets, with our people.
I love it. Flora, Sheila, thank you so much for stopping by.
you.
For all of you, stay tuned. We got a quick commercial break. Then we are talking with the superintendent of Alton Community Unit School District number 11, Elaine Kane. We'll talk about her transition into this new role. First couple of months as superintendent, we'll talk about how things have been, what the plans are, and what's happening in the school district to keep us informed. We'll take a quick break. Daily show on a Thursday hits you right after
Thanks,
this one.
CJ.
No problem.